All right, we should be live on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? It's about 63 degrees. The sun is out. So I'm not layered up as much, but I have my jacket on. Little wind. Little wind. It gets a little chilly on the trail. For those of you that are wondering, you know, some of you that live in California and you think the weather is exactly the same in my part of town where I walk here as yours. It's a little chillier out here, and if I feel like wearing a fucking jacket without getting ridiculed for wearing a jacket, like it's so ridiculous how critical some delusional people are out here on YouTube. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Hey Cynthia, how you doing? There are so many whacked out people out here, or it's just that these people are just miserable fucking clowns is what they are. Go ahead. They're miserable clowns. They are so miserable within their own lives that they have to, critique or criticize every little speck of someone else's life, every little aspect of someone else's life. And I'm not upset by it. Hey, I'm a mature dude, and I've made mistakes, and I've said some things I didn't mean. But you know what? I try to do the best I can to be reasonable and mature. But these people just aren't. And the reason is because they can't reason with themselves. They don't love what they see in the mirror. They don't love who they are. They're miserable. They can't get attention the normal way, so they've got to do dumb shit and trash talk other people that have their shit together to get any form of attention. That's pretty sad. It's really sad. It is. I got a hell of a show for you folks here today. I didn't even think I was going to talk about this, but something transpired today. And I've got to talk about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. Because the more dumb shit that happens regarding my frivolous lawsuit from this woman named Miss T, and I know you're watching, Miss T, you always watch. And you can download this, you can ship it off to the judge, you can send it to the FBI, the CIA, you can send it to the U.S. Marshals, you can even send it to the MIB, Miss T. You know what the MIB is? The Men in Black. Remember Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones? You can send my video, my words, documents, anything to any government agency, federal, state, or local. I welcome you to do that. I'm going to wait for these people to come off the trail first. I actually want you to do that, and she's done that. I'm going to share with you folks how much further this woman has gone to try to save her face. She's also accusing me of harassment when I've never harassed her one time. She's just really doing anything underhanded to try to win this case to save her face publicly. That's all it boils down to. And I will not be afraid to explain that to any judge in any court, any government law enforcement agency, whether it's federal, state, or local, FBI, CIA, U.S. Marshals, Redwood City Police, the San Mateo County Sheriff, anyone. I got no problem sharing what's going on here and sharing my proof with any law enforcement agency on the planet. Well, here in the U.S., because there's no jurisdiction for me outside of the U.S. or for this woman, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? Hi, Sabrina. How are you? It's hot here in San Jose. Well, it's about 63 on the trail here because we're right by the water wheel. And you guys are south of the bay. That's why they call you guys South Bay, right? So you're south of the bay. So you don't have those, the wind coming off the water. Here in Redwood City, We have one of the best microclimates between the Pacific Ocean and the SF Bay, so it's cooler out here. So, but anyway, I don't have to explain to people, right, why I'm wearing a jacket or not. When I want to wear a jacket, I'll wear one, and when I don't, I won't. If it's 100 degrees and I want to wear a jacket, then so be it. Yes, that would be a little loony, but it's not 100 degrees, right? Anyway, I'm not like one of those football fans, back east, that will take off their shirt with their big beer bellies when it's like 10 below zero, freezing, right? I'm not that dumb. AZ Prod, how you been, brother? Great to see you here today, man. Hope all is going well. Yeah, there's some updates here, right? And Miss T, I want you to listen to this, screen record it, download it, do whatever you want to do with it, Miss T. Because, again, this is small claims court, and we can talk about this publicly. We can talk about it any way we want, right? Because, Miss T, you still have not learned your lesson of abusing police and emergency government resources. You, ma'am, continue to abuse the court system and the government system. You are trying to report me to every single agency possible to try to shut me down when you have no frickin' leg to stand on, ma'am. Because I have all my documentation. As a matter of fact, by you contacting these agencies, you're doing me a favor, because if they contact me, all I'm going to do is send them my federal employer identification number since 2014. I'll send them my last 9 years of taxes I filed for my GNA, not yours. I own it. You're stealing it. You're abusing it. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you. Don't try to flip it on me. It's not going to work, and no one is going to buy it. No one's going to buy it. But you're going to keep trying to save your face and try every little thing. And no, I'm not triggered. I'm speaking the truth with passion. And I'm calling you out on how poor of an American you are to abuse government resources that our tax dollars pay. You're abusing those government resources because you want to try to save face over a YouTube prank gone bad, ma'am. And you know it. Deep down inside, you know it. But if you admit to it, you'd be admitting to defrauding the government to try to play a YouTube prank on someone you didn't even know until Coach J made you aware of me. And we'll get to him some more, because look, I'm not going to take any threats from Coach J. He's threatened me plenty. If I want to talk about this, I'm going to talk about this. It is my freedom of speech and my right to talk about this in respectful, professional, and mature ways. Hi, Donna. How you doing? So let's get to it here. Episode number 667. Miss T is trying to dismiss my countersuit over a technicality. One more time, Miss T is trying to dismiss my countersuit over a technicality. Let's get to that first and foremost, Miss T, because you're showing me your cards once again. You're trying to dismiss my countersuit because you're scared that you're going to lose it, right? Because if you have proof that I haven't, that you haven't done anything regarding what I'm suing you for or countersuing you for, then you wouldn't worry about it. Either that, or you want to try to dismiss my defendant's claim so that way you can drop the case so you don't have to come out here to California, right? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reason. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, because I'm not even going to try to figure out how your mind works with all of the frivolous things that you've done. Sorry, I literally just woke up when the notification went off. It's nighttime here. Well, that's cool, Donna. Welcome. No problem. So here's the thing. Miss T, it's publicly available. She filed SC, I think 105 form. I tried to do this initially on her claim, but it got denied. And more than likely hers will get denied too. We don't know until, a decision's made. But whether it's denied or approved, I can still file another countersuit in time for the case. But I'll tell you why it's not going to get dismissed. Because if they try to dismiss it, I will send the judge information regarding what actually happened here. So Miss T is claiming that I didn't lawfully or legally make her aware and ask her for a settlement before, filing this suit. And I did. I actually did do that. I selected yes, I did. But I did it in a way where I felt most comfortable. On the form it states phone, email, or in person, right? I did not feel comfortable, and I felt there was a danger for me to have a phone call with her or email her, which her email's been blocked on my end for a while, or even try to write her something. I don't trust her, and I'll tell you why. There's an exception to the ask to sue. To the ask for money clause. If you look this up on the California courts website under ask for money, Google search California courts, ask for money. Every county in California follows the California courts rules. And there's a clause below that states if a restraining order is involved or you feel it is dangerous to contact the person, you do not have to ask them. Let me repeat this one more time. There's a clause that states if a restraining order is involved or you feel it's a danger to contact the other person, you do not have to ask them for the money. You can just go ahead and file the countersuit or the suit, right? But I still did ask. I asked out here on my on YouTube on my YouTube channel, episode number 658, I believe. I think it was titled "Intentional Infliction of Emotional Distress." I did ask her for the $10,000, and I know she's watching, right? And I understand that's not one of the ways listed on the form, but I just don't feel it's safe for me to contact her in any other way, shape, or form. I feel it is dangerous to contact her because she manipulates things, she twists things, and I just don't feel comfortable. And I'll tell you why. And this is what, Miss T, listen very carefully. Listen very carefully, because you can file anything you want to file. And I'll tell you this, I will be right there defending myself. And in this case, you filed a frivolous restraining order on me that you didn't get in your state a few months back. This is exactly what I'm going to submit to the judge if they approve your form. And if they cancel my defendant's claim, I will reach out to the judge and make them aware of the frivolous restraining order for cyber stalking that you tried to get on me in your town. That was initially, the temporary was initially denied, and then you didn't show up to court on the date of the hearing because you knew you weren't going to get it. And I have proof of that from your courthouse. I will take all that. I will submit that to the judge and make them aware that I feel it is dangerous to contact this woman besides my YouTube channel because of her filing all these frivolous suits and contacting all these government agencies and abusing the government system to try and silence me and to try to claim that she owns my business that I've had in commerce since 2011. I have dotted my I's and crossed all of my T's. Donna says, you were very clear that you didn't want to contact her directly and explain why. It's all recorded. Yep, again, you want to play this for the courts, Miss T? I'll play it for the courts. I'll tell them directly. I feel it is dangerous to contact you in any other way besides right here on my YouTube channel because I have an audience here that's witnessing what I'm saying. And I have no other witness any other way. I am not going to allow you to manipulate things, especially when you filed a frivolous cyber-stalking order against me, which the court doesn't know about yet. The small claims judge doesn't know. But if this affects my countersuit on you, I will submit that document and state this is why I made her aware publicly through here. Yes, I did make you aware. You were aware. You watch all my streams. That's why I checked yes, because I did put it out there, and you know I did. But in addition, I also know, according to the law, regarding what I stated, you go look for it, or you go look at it under the California courts ask for money section. Now, you did not get the restraining order on me, but because you tried to get a frivolous one on me, and everything else is frivolous, which is what I'm countersuing you for, intentional infliction of emotional distress, primarily for business identity theft. That's exactly what I will submit to the judge. This woman is not going to stop contacting any federal, state, or local government agency to try to take me out for something I never did. That's exactly what you're trying to do, ma'am. That is harassment. That is abuse of government resources. And everyone knows you're doing that. And I've got statements from people that say you're doing that. And I'm sure I'll have more statements now. You are further putting yourself into legal hot water. And for a small claims case, this probably won't matter. But I'm going to tell you right now, there will more than likely be a civil suit after this. Now, if you want to file a civil suit after this outside of small claims, that's fine. You can file it and pay the fees. Because whether you file it or I file it, that's when all this information will come into play. That's when all of this information will come into play. But again, besides all of this, why would you try to dismiss my case if you're so confident that you're going to win? Again, it's a small claims court, man. We can talk about this publicly. I can talk about you one-on-one on the phone. I can talk with you one-on-one on phone if I want to. I don't trust you. I feel you're dangerous. I feel it is very dangerous to talk with you. Dangerous from a standpoint of you further abusing the system and manipulating my words or whatever. That's why I did it the way I did it. I've had many people, Miss T, reach out to me and send me one statement, trademark or not. Rights to a business name is based off of use in commerce. I've been using my business name in commerce since 2011. I still have Facebook group pages that are active. I've got LinkedIn group pages that are active. It's all gone online. And my business here, Coach Eli, is a subsidiary of the GNA. It's a subsidiary of the GNA. Give me a second here. Got 11 thumbs up, 42 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Now, she submitted a long, lengthy, she submitted all her federal employer identification numbers. She submitted all of her corporate incorporations and all that to the court to try to get this dismissed. She even, this is what she did. She even filed a fraud report on me with the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Ma'am, Miss T, do you realize that by you doing that, you are more so turning yourself in instead of taking me down? Because the bottom line is, ma'am, you cannot prove that you've had your federal employer identification number longer than me. You cannot prove that you've had tax documents where you paid taxes for the last 9 years. You cannot prove that you've had a seller's permit for the last 9 or 10 years. You cannot prove that you've had GenuineNetworkingAssociation.org and .com for the last 10 years. And yes, domain names do matter. They do play a part in owning a business. Your problem, ma'am, is you listen to Coach Jay, and he's the one that got you in all this trouble. And you think by removing him and his wife from the website that's going to relinquish liability from him. Ma'am, if I was you, I would come clean and tell the truth to save your own ass, because you're in some deep hot water with me. Legally. That's not a threat. I said legally. This is only the beginning. And I'm going to tell you, you contacted the FBI, that's great. I look forward to the Federal Bureau of Investigation calling me up or even inviting me to their San Francisco location. I'll go down there and I'll say, hey, FBI, my name is Elias Melas. I've been a sole proprietor of the GNA since 2011. Here's my federal employer identification number, my tax documents for the last 9 years. This woman who lives in Florida deliberately filed a business license in my city of Redwood City as an attempt to steal my business name. That doesn't give her rights to the business name. Use in commerce does. That's the one thing you don't understand, ma'am. This all boils down to use in commerce. Trademark or not. The trademark makes it bulletproof. But the bottom line is, trademark or not, use in commerce matters. And I have that. I have everything. And you, ma'am, have nothing but fraudulently duplicated my business as the worst attempt to troll someone at this level. I mean, this is folks, seriously. You know what's going on here. If you agree this is fraud to the highest degree, put a 1 in the chat if you agree this is fraud at its finest. This woman has gone as far and created fraud to try to one-up me for fame and glory and to save her face on YouTube and social media. That's the truth of the matter. That's my testimony. I look forward to the Federal Bureau of Investigation contacting me. Hey, I'm glad you did all the legwork. You set it up. Again, in essence, Miss T, by you reporting me to the FBI for fraud, you in essence just turned yourself in. It's kind of like being a fugitive and turning yourself in, ma'am. That's what you've done. 1, Willis 1, Sabrina 1. And here's the thing, ma'am. Next thing that's going to go, your insurance licenses. You get convicted of fraud, man, you will lose your insurance license in every state. You will also lose your teaching credentials. I cannot believe you would go as far as put your livelihood at risk over YouTube fame, over internet fame, over trying to save your face, over a trolling technique gone bad that wasn't even really your idea in the first place, and you still cover for Coach J because I'm hearing people are saying that you like really like the guy, like love like him. That's none of my business, but I can understand that. Love is blind, Miss T. People do dumb shit for love, right? But he's also married too. You know that, right? Love is blind, and in this case, if this was some pathetic attempt to get his attention in that way, and you put your livelihood at risk for this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. This is despicable, disgusting. It's a waste of government resources, period. It's a waste of the court's time. It's a waste of the FBI's time. It's a waste of all time of any resource here. They sound like some really dangerous people. No, they are dangerous. They are. She is dangerous. But the way she's dangerous is with the things she does to bully, harass, and affect people's livelihood by defaming their character, by fraudulently, trying to steal their business like she's doing here. She obviously has not spoken with any attorney, because if she did, any attorney would advise her that she has no leg to stand on regarding the business rights. What she's trying to do is bully me away from court, bully me away from fighting this. I'm going to tell you, Miss T, I'm taking this all the way. This is going to go beyond small claims. This is going to go to civil court and possibly a criminal court. I'm going all the way with you. You are creating more emotional distress by fraudulently, trying to report me to the FBI for fraud now? When everyone knows I have more proof. I have all the proof. Just because you have an LLC or an incorporated or a business license does not constitute the rights to a business name. What does constitute it is use in commerce. Look it up. You know I'm right. Trademark or not. Use in commerce. Hey Wilbur, how you doing? How's he proud? How are you this evening? Says Wilbur. Hey Wilbur. Did you just leave Charlotte's Web? After the show yesterday when I first heard about you, I was thinking about that. I'm sure you've heard the Charlotte's Web reference a time or two, right? I just can't believe how far one woman will go and abuse every single government resource to try to take me down for something I never did. She is dangerous. She is dangerous from the standpoint of slandering and affecting your livelihood online. She is very dangerous. And at this point right now, I wouldn't be surprised, if she'd be dangerous in other ways too. Maybe through other people. I have been threatened to be beat up and attacked many times by her business partner, Coach Jay. There are many streams that show you two working together. There are screenshots showing that you two were on the website at one point. There are videos showing that too, your own videos. But I got screenshots. There's a mountain of information and evidence, and there's a ton of people out here that know and saw what happened and would testify on my behalf that you and Coach Jay plotted this to try and take me out by stealing my business name. And here's the thing. Here's where the major problem is for you, Miss T. Now, if you folks haven't checked out a few clips from a few of Coach Jay's deleted streams he's done recently where he was really triggered, they're on my community tab. I shared the links. They're not on YouTube. They're on BitChute. Coach Jay was saying, if I'm going to be honest, this is unethical, and it's unethical what Miss T is doing. Well, yeah, not only is it unethical, it's illegal. But if you're admitting to it being unethical, then you're admitting to it being wrong, and I will use that against Miss T in court. And I will also use that against you regarding whatever I file against you, Coach Jay. And Coach Jay, you can threaten me all you want, but it's not going to stop me from talking about this with my audience and making them aware of what's going on and defending myself respectfully, professionally, and maturely. I'm allowed to do that. This is the most surreal thing I have ever dealt with in my entire life. But I'm cool, calm, collected. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know what needs to be done. And I will not stand down to protect my good business's name, despite how little money it's made over the last over a decade. Sometimes businesses don't take off for 10 or 20 years. That doesn't mean you have the right to come in and steal the name as a YouTube prank for clicks and fame and glory. And don't forget, Miss T, that I have you threatening me too. I have lots and lots and lots of information on what you folks have done. Be right back, folks. All right, we are back live. Folks, can you let me know how long was I off the air for? Was I off the air for like 1 or 2 minutes? Let me know how long I was off the air for. And can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me tapping the furry ball? Let me know. Couple of things there. I had to respond to something real quick that came through on my Do Not Disturb. I have people that can bypass it, and, sometimes it wasn't an emergency, but I just needed to get back to them real quick. I apologize for that. It was important enough, but not an emergency. So, no, it wasn't Dawn. So can you folks let me know how long was I off the air for? Wilbur says, I think Coach Jay left Tammy hanging when you brought the heat down on them, Eli. Of course, that's exactly what happened. That's why he's so triggered. He's so triggered because he doesn't want to lose to me, because he thinks that I'm inferior to him. And I don't think I'm any better than him or he's any better than me. Like, I mean, I have my opinions of the guy. I think he's mentally ill, like seriously mentally ill. I mean, I think these geese have have more of a stable brain than that dude has, you know? Can you folks hear me and see me okay? Let me know. No one's responding right now. I want to make sure that we're good. Can someone in the chat let me know how long I was off the air for, and if you can see me and hear me clearly? Got more geese coming up. It's fine, Eli. How long was I off the air for? Did I go off the air for like a minute or two? Yes, you were gone for a bit, or it was just... No, I was actually off the air. Yeah, I paused the stream for a few minutes. Ah, this is beautiful. Look at them. The geese are back. Isn't that beautiful, folks? Isn't this much better? Looking at beautiful nature and talking about just positive things and having to deal with a couple of I don't even know what to call them anymore, you know, a couple of really, really sad people, really sorry and sad people, right? I'm really saddened by this whole thing. I really am. You know, the kind of person that I am, yeah, I feel sorry for them. Because they're not in the right mindset. Because people that are mentally stable would never do such a thing. But, you know, hey, if they're going to do it, if they're allowed to live outside of a loony ward, and they're technically considered stable, even though they're not, then you know what? I got to do what I got to do to defend myself and protect myself, my business, my brand, my family, etc. Give me a second here. I'm going to tell you again, Miss T, you didn't take my offer. My offer now is $5,000. I'm putting my offer to you out here. $5,000, drop your suit. Stop using my business name, or at least change your business name and keep doing what you're doing under a different business name. And agree to a permanent restraining order. And $5,000. And we settle out of court. If not, we're going to court for the 10 grand. And I don't even care about the money, to be honest with you. It's more of the principle of the matter. But when it comes to making a statement, that's when money comes into play, in my opinion. Money makes a statement. I'm not out for blood, and I'm not out to take people's money in this way. But sometimes that's the only way to teach someone a lesson from ever doing this again. There are people that are coming. So I'm going to turn around. Sun's starting to go down. It's going to be a beautiful sunset tonight here in Northern California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, in Redwood City, California. Go to the San Mateo County Court website and look at how triggered she was with what she filed. She even contacted the FBI, like I said. She put her federal employer identification number there. I didn't look too closely. She probably whited out the actual number. If she put her federal employer identification number public, then I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not a smart thing to do. You should be handing that paperwork to the judge under confidential status, ma'am. But the thing is, you're trying to get this case dismissed. If you think she's trying to get my countersuit dismissed because she wants to drop the case so she doesn't have to come out here, if you think she's trying to drop it, or she's trying to get my case dismissed so she can drop hers, that way she doesn't have to fly out here because she knows she's not going to win and it's going to cost her more than it already has, put a 1 in the chat if you think that's what she's trying to do. That's what I think she's trying to do. If that's what you're trying to do, ma'am, you know, we could settle this. But you still would have to agree to a permanent stay away order and stop using my business name. One. Yep. That is the only reason why I feel she would try every trick possible, every underhanded trick possible to get this dismissed, so that way she can drop her case and she doesn't have to come out here and spend all the money to not win. You're not going to win, ma'am. There's no doubt in my mind that you're not going to win. You again sued me for $2,500 for fraudulently taking down your YouTube channel for impersonation. You were impersonating my channel that's been around since 2015, which is a part of my business, my trademark. Now, my trademark is currently not fully registered. It's in a trademark pending status. It will be re-registered, but look up common law trademark rights based off of use in commerce. And I can prove my use in commerce. My website's been up all this time. Additionally, we have Facebook group pages. We have LinkedIn group pages. We've done everything online. We've gone to an online network with occasional networking events in person in the future. And my coaching business here is a subsidiary of the GNA, of the Real Genuine Networking Association. I can prove my use in commerce. Much longer than yours. I don't understand why you would contact the Federal Bureau of Investigation and claim that I am creating theft of your name when I've got proof that I've had it, over 10 years longer than you? Again, if you feel this woman, by contacting the FBI, has in essence turned herself in for fraud and done me a favor, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel this woman, by contacting the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and reporting me for business identity theft, that in essence she's done me a favor and turned herself in. That's what she's done. You don't even realize how much more you're damaging yourself, ma'am, by trying to get more federal agencies involved. Sabrina says 1. Wilbur says 1. This situation couldn't happen here in England. Our system isn't perfect, but it is very hard to litigate like this. It is clear this is a case of trolling gone too far. If she didn't take your offer, my guess is she thinks she will win. Nope, I don't think she thinks she will win anymore, Richard T. What I think she's trying to do is get my countersuit dismissed so then she can drop her case and not have to fly out here and come out here. And I believe she's at least partially disabled, and I believe it would be very difficult for her to come out here anyway. She doesn't really want to come out here. She's acting like she does, but she doesn't really want to come out here. I'm really tired about this subject. I'm tired of talking about this. But I have to, because I'm not going to sit here and let I'm not going to sit here and let two people, Miss T and Coach J, continue to severely abuse my name, my likeness, my hard work that I've built since 2011. I'm not going to allow that. I will not allow that. Look at how beautiful it is right here. See this? The water right there. Tell me, is that a beautiful sunset about to happen? How old is she? She sounds really immature. Well, she mentioned on a stream that she's 57. A stream where her former or still current business partner, I don't believe they've parted ways. They're talking behind the scenes every day. She's 57. She mentioned that on a stream where her business partner, Coach J, threatened to come to the courthouse. If I subpoena him, he's going to come to the courthouse and he's going to stare me down in the parking lot and call me a cuck to my fucking face, is what he said. You want to go hear it for yourself? Go to my community tab. I shared the links to these clips that are hosted on BitChute. There's also another stream of his he deleted recently that I put out there. With some more threats. And there may be some other people that may be talking about this, because I have all 3 of his deleted streams. You're a public figure, sir. We can use this under fair use. You put it out there, sir. But I don't trust you, sir, so I'm not putting this stuff out on my YouTube channel. And by the way, you know, it's so malicious that it would get taken down for guideline violations. I mean, no doubt about it. And anyone that uses it, I know this guy will file a copyright because he's so triggered that he's so wrong here. He can't admit he's wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not always right, but I'm also not always wrong. And that's how people are. I really feel for you. It is all consuming. This situation has stolen months of your life. It is so abusive. So you agree that this is intentional infliction of emotional distress. You agree my countersuit for $10,000 is more than valid, and I can prove it. I mean, I can easily prove it. And I think that's what's got her scared. And regardless of what happens in small claims court, it's going to cost her a hell of a lot more in a civil court, because in a civil court, I will sue her for everything she's got. I could sue her for $500,000 or $1 million. I'll sue her for everything, because this woman literally has tried to destroy my life. She's literally gone balls to the wall trying to destroy my life. she tries to make her request to dismiss my countersuit more valid by filing a report with the FBI. The FBI sent her a generic response back saying, after receiving your response or whatever, we think you may be a victim of identity. Yeah, that's a generic response. FBI, you can contact me. You're welcome to come to my house. You're welcome to all my records. I got everything. FBI, IRS, CIA, U.S. Marshals, Redwood City Police, San Mateo County Sheriff. You're all welcome to check out my records and then compare my records to Miss T's records, and you will see an incredible amount of fraud and abuse of government resources. I honestly really look forward to, I hope the FBI contacts me. I hope all the government agencies contact me. You really don't have a clue, Miss T, that by you reporting me for what you're doing is making it easier for me to submit my information that'll prove your fraud. You are cementing something I won't say. You're cementing a very destructive future. I mean, you are losing support too. The only people that support you now, ma'am, are some of the former Coach Eli haters. But I'll tell you this. There are even people that hate me, but they hate you and Coach J even more. Now, they hate me. I don't know why. I'm not a bad dude. I've said some dumb stuff in the past, but I've never, ever harmed anyone on this platform at the level you folks have. Never. I've never done any of this stuff. So your support is down the toilet. And whether I have support or not, yeah, I have support. I appreciate the people over here and some other people from some other groups that normally wouldn't take my side on anything. They know I'm right here because right is right and wrong is wrong. This is not about whether you like someone. It's about right being right and wrong being wrong. Again, I look forward to the Federal Bureau of Investigation contacting me. Heck, if I tried to call them, I'd probably be on hold for an hour. So if you've already started the process and they call me, I don't have to sit around half a day on hold trying to reach them. So you're doing me a favor, Miss T. That's wonderful. I thank you for that. Wholeheartedly. I thank you. You had the opportunity to settle this, but you went for blood. You kept doing more underhanded shit because you are just like Coach Shea. You do not want to admit defeat. And I don't even want to look at this as a victory for anyone. I just want this all to go away. We all go our separate ways. You stop breaking the law and doing what you're doing to my business. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. We're back live. My plug seems to be working properly. Charging my phone, keeping it at 100%, and the audio sounds good. Okay. Maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. I'm a kid at heart. I love watching the planes fly. Especially when the Blue Angels Next time the Blue Angels come out, I'm hoping Dawn is fully healed by that point regarding her ankle. To all you folks out there that support Dawn and I want to make you aware that I think it's Tuesday the 5th. It's the 5th, but I believe it's this Tuesday, if I remember correctly. Today is the 28th. This year is a leap year, so tomorrow is February 29th, Thursday. And then Friday's the 1st, Saturday's the 2nd, Monday's the 3rd, Tuesday's the 4th, and Wednesday's the 5th. Can somebody let me know, is the 5th, that's a Wednesday? On March 5th, Dawn is going in for another surgery regarding her ankle. The original doctor that did the surgery might have made a slight error. I mean, she's fine. She's going to be okay. But she's going to get her surgery redone. And we ask for your prayers, your thoughts and your prayers. The 5th is Tuesday. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Sorry, I'm getting my days wrong. I'm sorry. Thank you. What will be your response if he calls you that in person? What are you talking about? Be more specific there, Richard T. Because for all I know, you could be Coach J. I don't think you are. But you could be Coach J getting your fix by asking these questions. What are you asking, Richard T? Because Coach J is narcissistic in ways where he would pretend to be someone normal to be able to still troll in here while all this is going on. I wouldn't put it past him. Neither should you. I'm not trying to accuse you, Richard T. I'm just saying that anything is possible, right? Unless people show their face and use their real name or go live, like, you can't verify who's on the other end of that Google account, right? The YouTube Google account, right? Let me stop here. If some guy got in my face and called me a name, I'd have some choice words to say back. Well, Richard T., I think that's how most men in their younger days would react to that, right? But the right way to handle a situation like that is to be strong and diffuse it. I really don't care what Coach J or Miss T say about me. They're just words. I'm a grown-ass man. And, you know, if you learn to take the words of the famous phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. If you learn to take that phrase at heart as you start to become a mature adult, no one's words will ever bother you, so you won't feel the need to react. Now, don't get me wrong. When people push things way too far, like Coach J and Miss T have done regarding my business and this trolling thing gone bad, yeah, it does take a toll on you. And yeah, you do feel. Deep within, you do feel like reacting and you know, and reacting. Let's put it that way. But the right thing to do is to not react, to not make threats. You can defend yourself maturely, respectfully, and professionally like I have. You can call them out on their BS. You can state supporting information that backs your statements. And that's it. That's the best way to do it. The best way to do it, Richard T., is to kill them with kindness. And that's probably my life coaching tip of the century. Kill them with kindness. Right? Because the only way people are going to learn their lesson on anything is to not let them get to you. You share your thoughts, you stand up for yourself, and then you move on and you let them go. $426 Hemi, huh? What do you mean? LOL kindness. $426 Hemi. You come into this chat and the first thing you say is, what do you mean? You don't say, hi, I'm new here, welcome. You're here trolling. So, can you tell us who you are and be more specific before I personally remove you? And if I want to assume that's you, Coach Jay, I can assume there's nothing illegal about assuming that you're every sock account that comes in here, because it is probably you. And if you want to sue me for slander regarding that, then go for it, dude. Sue me for slander. I'm still waiting for you to sue me for slander. The more and more you folks sue me or report me to these federal, state, or local government agencies, the more I can show them my proof. Play them clips. Show them screenshots. Right? And furthermore, show them proof I've owned this business that I've had in commerce since 2011. No, LOL. Sue me, okay? If you think that 426 Hemi is a troll, one of the mods, go ahead and ban him. AZ Prod, if you're there, I'll give you the pleasure of banning 426 Hemi. Sandra Palacio beat you to it. How you doing, Sandra? Sandra, do me a favor. Can you at least pop in for a second and let me know if you think this is some of the most surreal shit you've ever seen? This is worse than the JB Gunner days. This is worse than back in the days when even Jamie and I were going at it. Jamie and I are cool now. Everything's all good. Okay? This is worse than anything else. This is the most surreal shit I think any YouTuber has ever had to deal with. That doesn't involve violence. That involves the legal system. This is the most surreal stuff. Because there are other YouTubers that have gone through violent stuff, and there have been people that have ended themselves, God rest their souls. You know, in the future, and even now, I want to help people by helping them learn to love themselves better, so they never even consider ending themselves, you know? We need to help these people more than waste our resources on stupid shit like these frivolous lawsuits. All to try and save face. That's all this boils down to. You're trying to save your face. It's a bunch of losers on the internet, Miss T. Yes, I agree with you regarding that woman. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm hearing that she's restreaming me unlisted again. So, I've got people that, wherever they're going unlisted, there are people in those discords, and they're screen recording anything that's said. But it doesn't really matter anymore, because there's just more than enough evidence for this whole thing. Like, this now has gone even beyond just a situation regarding business ownership rights. This has now become slander, defamation of character, intentional infliction of emotional distress. The amount of punitive damages that Miss T and Coach J have caused me. And look, my income, which I don't need to disclose to any of you, has nothing to do with you folks creating punitive damages. The sheer fact alone that I have to take time away to defend myself against your garbage is more than enough for punitive damages. It's interesting today we have fewer people here than we did yesterday. We had around 40 people here yesterday. We've got 26 here today. 11 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Please also consider donating to the channel via Super Chat, PayPal, or Cash App to help support the future of content that Don and I create. We would greatly appreciate that. You can also become a channel member. More members only content is coming soon, live. So, be prepared for that. He made more threats, Belle Biv DeVoe. Well, who are you before we ban you? Belle Biv DeVoe, what do you mean he made more threats? How do you know he made more threats? I'm afraid this will go too far. Not that it hasn't already. I wish to be the Lewis blah blah of the situation and arrange a sit down. Look at his wall. Can somebody tell me what Coach J put on his community wall? Sandra Palacio, can you do me a favor? Can you screenshot what he put on there and send me a copy of that via messenger? I'd appreciate it. What did he say? What threats did he say? It's my freedom of speech to talk about this, Coach J. You have no right to threaten me, sir. I guess we're going to have to go down to the courthouse and file a harassment order. You go and file whatever you want to file, Coach J. He posted something 27 minutes ago. What did he say? Moderators, can you tell me what he put in there? Because if it has nasty words, it probably won't let a non-mod put it through. Can somebody tell me what did the guy say? You really have no emotional self-control, Coach J. A real man has emotional self-control and emotional awareness. And you lack all of that. And if you're going to allow my proper and kind words to trigger you, sir, then you're not the man that you've always claimed to be. A real man's not going to threaten another man, especially on YouTube, over dumb shit. That's really pathetic, dude. That's really, really immature, really insensitive. And frankly, you've blown anything not being legal. This is all illegal. You've far blown past that. He posted that he can't handle the punishment of assault. So that he can handle the punishment of assault under the Cali Penal Code. Can you folks, I would probably flag that posting too for bullying and harassment. This dude is really flipping his marbles. He's publicly threatening that he'll take whatever penalty it is to come here and beat my ass. Right? What a weak, pathetic man, dude. It takes a very weak man to lose his emotional self-control at that level and threaten another man clear across the country on the internet. That's weak and pathetic. Just reported it. Good. A guy like that sounds like an ex-con. No, he's been in jail before. At least that's what he says. No, I mean, honestly, if he continues, I'm going to call the police and report him and file a report. I mean, sir, continue to make your threats, and I will file a police report. It's just really sad, dude, that you get triggered over other people on YouTube that never wanted to talk with you in the first place. You inserted yourself into my life, sir. You're only getting back what you put out. You're getting exactly what you deserve. And I'm not being cocky by saying this. I'm speaking the truth. Like, sir, you have ruined your face on the internet. You will never be trusted again. And yeah, you could sue me if you want for slander, sir. And with everything that you've said, like the court will probably agree, man. We got to get this guy off the streets. He's a menace to society. If you think Coach J is a menace to society, put a 1 in the chat. Because, yeah, man, you are a menace to society, dude. I'm cool and calm, dude. I'm cool and calm. And you don't like the fact that I flipped the script on both you and Miss T. The script was always in my favor because I've done nothing wrong. I haven't broken the law, and this is my business. And you will never take anything from me that I rightfully own. I am of Greek descent, but I'm also an American, and I'm proud to be a fucking American. And I have my rights, and you will not take my rights just because you don't like people in California or you don't like liberals or whatever, dude. And I'm just a slight left liberal. I'm more down the middle. I love people for who they are, not over political party BS. Do you have a whistle you can blow in case of an attack? Nope. Hakuna, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. By the way, there was an account that you asked me to unban, Adventure AZ Dana, and I forgot what the name was. They were in. There was a restream that Lycan Legion did last night. He may be doing it again tonight. If you are, hello to everyone over there. What's up, James? If you're around, I think he had another show to do tonight. But feel free to cover this afterwards if you want, James. No problem. But I can't remember who it was. And you got banned for a reason here. You said something. But I'd be happy to unban you. If you want to be unbanned, you need to email me directly. I don't work through third parties. I respect Dana, Adventure AZ, and I'm willing to give her a chance. I think it's not Hakuna. Hakuna's here, right? It's the other one. I can't remember what their name was. You know who you are. It's good to be back. I'm slowly catching up. Yeah. Great to have you back. Yeah, it's great to see you here. Belbadebo, does your city at least have those safety call buttons around town like you see at college campuses? If not, I agree. I would get a whistle. He's not going to come out here. I mean, this guy's been threatening people on the internet and threatening to meet people like JB Gunner and Jamie Lycan Theory. He's threatened to come out and meet me, and he never shows up. He's all talk. He's a bunch of fluff. He's all hot air. He's full of it. He makes so many things up. I'm a nurse. I have multi-million-dollar deals in the works. Yeah, you know. I just sold my own trucking company, and I'm retiring, but now I'm out of retirement, and now I'm moving again. Maybe he's not even moving because maybe he's saying that because he doesn't want me to know where he lives, so I don't serve him if I want to serve him. Let me come up the side and let these ladies pass. Now, I want to show you something, folks. There's this thing called common courtesy and common decency, okay? Now, common courtesy and common decency is you don't take up the whole trail because you're walking with your friends, okay, where the other side can't pass. It's okay to do that, but when you see people coming, you move off to the side and let the people pass. But I had to pull up the side and let those women pass by that were taking up the whole entire trail. That's the thing, common courtesy and common decency. I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, come on, that's just a human thing to do and be, right? But we don't even have that anymore, right? Dana did hard time. Now she has a 730 credit score. I don't recall Dana doing hard time. I think she mentioned she was in for a little bit because when you get arrested, I think like on federal grounds or something, like you can't bond out or something like that. Looks like a beautiful day it is. Hard time is not like, 2 weeks or a month or 2 months. Hard time is like years, man. In all seriousness, Dana is a good friend of mine. No, I like Dana too. Dana's fantastic. Adventure AZ, Dana's amazing. I respect her. I respect a lot of people out here, and some people I don't respect. But whether I respect people or not, I don't work through third parties. I can't stand the third party shit. I'll take a recommendation from somebody, like Dana can recommend I unban someone, but if they want to be unbanned, they got to reach out to me. I don't work through third parties when it comes to unbanning people and stuff. When it comes to moderating people, if someone wants to make a recommendation, I'll take someone's word on someone else that I have a good trusting relationship with already. But when it comes to unbanning people, you got to do the work on your own. I did catch the replay of your interview with Dana. It was great. Well, thank you, Hakuna. I appreciate that. Dana was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Dana was a military wife that got caught up in the military system, and she had no privacy because her ex-husband was privy to many, secrets that could affect our country's, health, state of health, right? And so, she was always under the microscope. She couldn't do anything. Like, how can you live your life like that, right? I honestly think that if you're going to be doing such a job where you're going to always be watched by the government, I don't think you should get married. I don't think it's fair to anyone that would be married to someone in that position. It's just not fair. I think both men and women need to make choices in life, whether they prioritize career or they prioritize relationship, marriage, and family, right? Now, you still need a career to pay for your marriage and your family, but you got to do a career where you can balance it out. Certain careers are just going to mess up your family life at some point. That's what happened to Dana. I would maybe attend some karate or self-defense classes in case, worst case, you just got to be faster than the wacko. I don't really care, dude. And you don't have to keep talking about this because he's not going to show up. Right? He's not that dumb to show up and then beat someone up. And there are a lot of people here, he would get arrested. There would be other people here that would take him down and call the cops. Like, he just would not get away with it. So, but here's the thing. The fact that he's just, blowing his top like a volcano on the internet, it just states that he's a miserable fucking clown. He's a miserable man. He's unhappy. He doesn't have what he states. He doesn't have the money that he has, that he says he has. I mean, doesn't have the money he says he has. He doesn't have anything. Sir, I don't care what you have or don't have, but the way you behave, the more you show off, the less I believe you have. Right? I don't show off shit. And you folks are saying, oh, it's because you don't have anything. No, it's not true. I'm not the richest man in the world, but I do have my own stuff. I don't feel the need to come out here and share it with the world that has nothing to do with the content I create. Right? Has nothing to do with the content I create. Folks, please get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in 5 to 10 minutes. Another beautiful, enlightening 3.5 mile walk at Bear Island. Definitely, we had a simulcast today. I don't think it was James. I think James was doing something else. So I'm sure Coach J and Miss T went underground and did a simulcast because they're so triggered. And that's cool. And enjoy what you got for the time being. It's all good. It doesn't matter. The people that would be watching here anyway wouldn't support this channel anyway, right? It's all good. So, Miss T, you can report me for fraud to any government agency. Again, FBI, CIA, U.S. Marshals, right? You can report me to the FTC if you want. You can report me to the IRS again. You can report me to the Secretary of State. You can report me to the Secretary of Defense for all I care. You can report me as often as you like, Miss T. You can sit there and spend the rest of your life reporting me for fraud that I didn't create and have proof that you've done it to me. I'm just telling you, Miss T, you're not going to win, and you're going to end up in jail. And you're going to lose your insurance licenses, and you're also going to lose your teaching credentials. I'm telling you, you are going to lose it all. And again, this is the only way I feel comfortable communicating with you regarding this case, which we're allowed to do. I just don't feel comfortable. I feel you're dangerous to communicate with off of here. I have the safety net of witnesses here, and what I say gets recorded here on a replay. And that's it. That's all I trust. So, we'll see what happens regarding your motion to dismiss. I will definitely, if they do try to do that, I will definitely use California law to my benefit, which is what I did, to protect myself from you. And I will make them aware of the fraudulent restraining order you try to put on me for cyber stalking, which I never did. You did that to bully and intimidate me. So don't try to throw it around and tell the case I'm harassing you. I've never once harassed you, ma'am. They're not going to buy that. Trust me. And here's the thing, ma'am. They can look at your past record and my record. I'm clean, ma'am. I'm a good human being, a good citizen. You got a track record like 10 miles deep. who do you think they're going to believe, ma'am? When they speak with myself and I keep myself composed and you lose your shit, who do you think they're going to believe, right? But the paperwork speaks for itself. I've had my business in commerce longer than yours. That's all that matters here, right? But in this case, this small claims case, you sued me for fraudulently taking down your YouTube channel for impersonation. Regardless of anything else, ma'am, you were impersonating my YouTube channel. That's it. Bottom line, end of story. As far as everything else we've talked about, ma'am, sure, if it's necessary, I'll submit it. But if not, I've got evidence ready to take you to small claims court for a hell of a lot more than 10 grand. Trust me on that. And at that point, we got to keep our mouth shut because that's a different situation. Here, this is small claims. We can talk all day, every day. No big deal. But at that point, I will keep my mouth shut. And I will only update my audience down the road when it's all said and done. You guys thought you had me? You think you have me? No. And the more and more frivolous shit you keep on trying to do through more government agencies, the more and more it's going to come back to bite you for fraud. You've done me the biggest favor, both you, Miss T, and both you, Coach J. Thank you. I look forward to dealing with any agencies you've reported me to. With that being said, have a good one, everyone. I'll probably not be back later tonight for another show. Who knows? If I am, it'll be an actual topic of coaching, not this BS over this stuff that just Coach J and Miss T can't let go. It's all good. With that being said, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.